Well, it's Hump Day, April 30th, 2025. I had to kick off the show with Dayseeker's latest single, Pale Moonlight, to celebrate the fact that my interview with Rory Rodriguez, the lead singer of Dayseeker, is finally available on demand on our YouTube channel at KBear101RMG. It took me forever to try to make this brief little clip for our socials using Adobe Premiere. If I had hair, I would pull it out after trying to use Adobe Premiere for the past, I don't know how many hours, 2, 3. I gave up and went on my lunch break, came back, finally figured it out. Oh man, video editing, they make it so much worse than it really has to be. I mean, Adobe Premiere is one of the worst programs I have ever used. And CapCut exists. I think we have that installed on our computer. I'll have to learn how to use that. I've seen people use it before, and it looks user-friendly big time compared to Adobe Premiere. Anyway, enough of my complaining. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I need to figure out how much money is in our jackpot for the K-Bear 101 Secret Sound powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. As a matter of fact, let's take a look right now anyway, because, well, if you heard at 7:05 this morning, you would know that the 2 p.m. hour is the hour we'll play the K-Bear 101 Secret Sound. The current jackpot, I have the page finally pulled up, $751 up for grabs. So if you want to try to win all this money, be caller 20 right now at 208-535-1015. Guess the sound correctly, win $751, all thanks to the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Let's see if I can give away some money to kick off Peach's Pip Party on this fine hump day. And I'll have caller 20 on the air here in just a few and continue the show here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Caller 19, keep trying.
Oh, man.
Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hopefully I can give you some money here with the K-Bear 101 Secret Sound. You're my caller 20, man. Yeah, so let's play the sound here. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And I'll play it one more time here for you at a louder volume. Alrighty, what is your best guess for $751?
Is it a flag in the wind?
A flag in the wind. It does sound like that now that you mentioned that.
Yeah, it does.
So let's go ahead and see. Is that the correct answer for $751? Let's find out here.
No.
I'm sorry, man. That is incorrect. Man. That was a very good guess. Appreciate you trying, and I'll be calling people this afternoon. Have you signed up through any one of the apps?
Yeah, I have.
Perfect. Yeah, man, I might be calling you because I'll be calling a ton this afternoon. I'm going to try to drive this jackpot up as much as I can.
Awesome.
All right, man. Well, you have a great rest of your afternoon, and I hope to talk to you soon.
All right, you too.
All right. Make sure you sign up as well through the apps, K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball. On those apps, it says Secret Sound. You click on that, fill out the form, and you can also sign up to try to win that way. Make sure to have your phone ready to go. And if you see 208-535-1015 calling you, make sure to press accept. Don't reject. Otherwise, I'll have to move on to somebody else. And tomorrow at 7:05, Victor will also have the times we'll play the Secret Sound on the air that day. All right, 7:05 on the Victor Welch Show. Here's a hot take I just saw from the radio prep. What if we could structure marriage like an NBA contract? Forget the whole till death do us part. We got a 4-year deal, player options to renew, a little performance review after year 3. You hit your milestones, maybe a vacation in Cancun to celebrate the renewal. Fall off a little, well, time to put your relationship through like a whole 2-year probation period with mandatory couples therapy and relationship retreats. And if things go south, no lawyers, no messy divorce, just a simple buyout. Could this be the solution to saving some marriages? Or is this just the funniest thing to happen since, I don't know. But maybe like this is just some guy who's like, you know what, man? What if marriages were like NBA contracts? Could you imagine if trades were involved too? You see sign and trade deals in the divorce courts. All right, that's enough of that. This recently started making its way around online. It's a list of the dumbest reasons someone became famous here in the U.S. Some memorable ones, of course, the Hawk Tua girl. That's probably the biggest one, right? Honey Boo Boo, which I think she's still doing a show of some sort with her mom or something like that. Bad Baby, I forgot about her. My friend Jose, works for Dr. Phil. And he worked for Dr. Phil like right after that whole Cash Me Outside thing became a thing. And I think he was told to find, like the whole staff was told to find the next person that would go viral for the show. Kim Kardashian, famous for her father being one of OJ's lawyers. And of course, that tape that I'm not going to go into detail about. The rest of the Kardashians who are famous for Kim, the Jenners who are also famous for the Kardashians because of Kim. Octomom, I forgot about her. The main one that was on top of this list was Balloon Boy. Remember this one? In 2009, there was that hoax that went viral. A couple claimed their 6-year-old son was trapped in a homemade balloon 7,000 feet in the air. There was this balloon that was just flying around and helicopters were going after it, everything. But their son was not even in the balloon at all. No, he was in the attic. And yeah, that's one of the earliest examples of something going viral all the way back in 2009. Eating a bunch of hot dogs. Yeah, Joey Chestnut, shout out to him. If you can eat 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes, you'll become a true athlete like Joey Chestnut. This is one of those stories where I wish I could talk to the lady and ask her why. Most of the time when audience members enter a theater to see a Broadway show, security checks their bags and they're required to walk through metal detectors as a safety precaution, right? Well, despite those typical protocols, one woman allegedly snuck a can of tuna into the theater and then had the audacity to open it in the middle of a show to eat it. Yeah, her name. Oh, no, this is another person. This is a different person that went to that same show. Alyssa Naka Silver briefly shared her experience with the tuna eater on TikTok. In the video, the content creator is mugging at the camera with overlay text reading, "Me turning to the woman who opened a can of tuna and ate it during the second act of Cabaret last night." Why? Why would you feel the need to eat some tuna during a show? And you could say something like, maybe she has like, I don't know, some sort of disease that she needs to eat something. But tuna? A can of tuna, one of the smelliest foods when you're in the middle of a whole bunch of people all in one room. Again, I used to be that guy that when I was working at TMZ, I would have cans of tuna that I would smear onto crackers and have that as a snack. And my coworkers hated me, and they weren't even all that close to me. I could only imagine being stuck next to that one person. Just for some reason, they bring this into a Broadway show. Again, I would love to ask her why. Why that snack out of all snacks? While the NFL draft was focused in a big way on Shedeur Sanders, his college teammate Travis Hunter will very likely have more of an impact on the NFL this season. And it seems NFL fans know this because Hunter's Jacksonville Jaguars jersey is at the top of the rookie sales ranking at NFLshop.com. Titans quarterback Cam Ward is sitting at number 2. And even though Shedeur Sanders was picked in the 5th round, number 144 overall, he's still enjoying plenty of buzz and publicity and currently ranks 3rd on the rookie jersey sales chart. For years, the NBA has been trying to fix their very clunky All-Star game. In a recent interview, Commissioner Adam Silver said the league is exploring the idea of an international competition, pitting players from the U.S. against top talents from around the globe. This, of course, is inspired by the fact that the game will take place during the Winter Olympics, the success of international basketball, and the recent success of the NHL's Four Nations Face-Off tournament earlier this year. If they make the switch, it might be cool, the U.S. versus the rest of the world. NBA Hall of Famer Steve Nash will be joining Amazon Prime's NBA studio and game coverage starting next season. And in a fun twist, he'll be alongside his former teammate Dirk Nowitzki. The two players teamed up in Dallas from 1998 to 2004, which gave Nowitzki a chance to dunk on his former teammate with a great social media post. "Now I have to carry this guy like I did over 25 years ago." That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Barrett 101. So this just came out of the RSA Cybersecurity Conference, and it sounds like satire, but it's real. One of the most effective ways to catch North Korean IT operatives posing as remote workers is to casually insult Kim Jong-un during the job interview. That's it. Just toss out, "Hey, quick side question. How fat is Kim Jong-un?" And the applicant will then immediately end the call like you just said Beetlejuice 3 times. This is a known tactic now, apparently. These hackers are getting remote jobs at Western tech companies using AI-generated resumes and LinkedIn pages. And then once they're in, They either steal data or make a salary they can funnel back to the regime. But the way to spot them is the unflattering comment about the supreme leader over there. Not even an aggressive one. Just asked if Kim has tried Ozempic, and suddenly the screen goes black. You don't even need a background check. And the wildest part, these aren't just solo operators. Sometimes the person interviewing isn't even the one doing the coding test. It's just like a little team behind the scenes whispering answers while the guy on screen plays puppet. That's crazy. Honestly crazy. I was taking a look here at eastidahonews.com. They have this feature called East Idaho Eats, and I've been trying to find as many good restaurants as I can, not only for myself, but for where my friends come out for that 4th of July weekend. And I'm trying to figure out what could be the best options during that brief short time they'll be up here. And East Idaho News reminded me that Smokin' Fins exists, and they have a wide variety on their menu. They got sushi, pasta, burgers. The food looks good. I've heard great things about that place. I've been meaning to try, but I usually don't like going to places by myself. I mean, you see, I went to the Tom Segura show by myself, and then Josh recorded me from across the Mountain America Center. That video, by the way, has close to 6,000 views on our Facebook page alone. It's literally everywhere in our socials at KBear 101 FM. I'm sure that could be a series for Peaches Needs a Pal, and I'm sure someone will record me somewhere alone and then send it to me, and then I'll have to, post it on our socials again, do a whole series about it. Watch, because of that video, all of a sudden there's people following me at concerts, people following me places, trying to find where I'm at so I'm not alone, which is quite sweet of those people, by the way, in the comment section on those videos saying, I'll be Peaches, pal. I appreciate that. I was oh man, this food looks so good. Diablo sushi roll at Smokin' Fins, combining spicy tuna, habanero cream cheese, avocado topped with salmon and jalapenos. I got to go there at some point. Smokin' Fins is part of East Idaho Eats on eastidahonews.com. I honestly don't think this is a good idea. Seems people are discovering or rediscovering fish in a can, from sardines to mackerel to tuna. Tinned fish is having a moment. Okay. TikTok's hashtag food talk is full of clips of people showing off their tinned fish plates, basically a charcuterie with fish instead of cured meats. Now, I would much rather see any highfalutin charcuterie board with prosciutto or ham, cheese, things like that, rather than someone coming out with a wood slab with sardines and mackerel on top of it that came straight out of a can. First of all, that smell is not going to be good. I know surströmming is an extreme example, but that is a canned fish. Could you imagine someone serving that as part of a charcuterie board? Tuna? I mean, are we talking like chopped up tuna in a can? Do you just put that on the wood plank itself? Whole sardines, whole mackerels in a can? Or I don't know if it's a whole mackerel, whole sardine, but because to be quite honest with you, I've never opened up a can of sardines before. I never really cared for doing so. Would I ever eat one? Absolutely not. I mean, it's like those people that put anchovies on pizza. I'm convinced they're just doing it for the attention, to be quite honest with you. I mean, tuna is about as far as I'll go. Like I talked about before, I used to have canned tuna, and I would put it on sandwiches, put it on crackers for a quick snack, something like that. But I wouldn't put a glob of canned tuna on top of a wooden plank and serve it at my next party along with, I don't know, canned sardines, canned mackerel. Everyone would leave immediately. The smell would be atrocious. I wouldn't dare ask this question for to each their own, because I know for a fact it will get dicey real quick. People would be very divisive on certain things. There would be Facebook arguments if I tried asking it in the KBear group. I want none of that. I saw this question that said, ladies, what's a hill you'll die on? And I started seeing some political answers in here. And then I saw one of the answers just simply said, Taco Bell is not real Mexican food. Breaking news, everybody. Yeah, no kidding. You think I'm booking a trip to Cancun expecting every cantina to serve up a Crunchwrap Supreme with a Baja Blast? Guys, a Doritos Locos taco is not authentic Mexican. Nobody's pulling into a Taco Bell at 1 a.m. because they're chasing culinary authenticity. They're just chasing a quick bite and possibly regret, okay? Peaches Pit Party on KBear 101, Idaho's only rock station. I heard Victor talk about this morning, and maybe I should ask it for to Peach their own. What movie messed you up for days after watching it? I just watched this messed up movie on the plane home or the plane back from Southern California to here. I watched The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. Definitely a weird movie, but a good one for sure. Al Pacino, I forgot how great he is as an actor. And I haven't really messed with any movie that's messed with my head for days. I kind of have an assumption if I see a movie title and I see the picture it shows, like I'll know to avoid it. Like I know The Human Centipede is one of Victor's favorites. Maybe that could be my answer because I watched it back when I was a teenager, and that was like the talk amongst my friends. Like, hey, make sure to watch The Human Centipede because it's entirely messed up. There was one called Teeth, which I'm not going to get into. I just know there was that movie. Someone said the first Land Before Time movie, the scene with Littlefoot's mom was hard to watch. Yeah, some of those kids movies, man. They have death right there in the beginning. Somebody said Seven, which that movie didn't mess me up for days. I thought it was just a great overall movie. Very well done. Very weird concept. Okay, somebody said The Mist. That ending. Victor likes that ending. I think it's one of the worst endings ever. I think it's just like, okay, how can we end this movie and not do it in Stephen King's way? Because doesn't the book end differently? I'm not exactly sure because I've never read The Mist, and Victor's not here to ask. But I think the movie ends differently than the book, and the movie itself overall, I thought it was good till I saw that ending. I'm not going to say what happens in the ending. You can watch The Mist for yourself and determine if you haven't watched it already. So, a Florida woman, she had a scary run-in with a black bear. Only got away unscathed because she fought the animal off with a bag of cookies. Her last name is Savage, which is great. Kristen Savage was out for a walk with her Chihuahua Ringo. When she stopped to look at a bird she saw in a tree, but then something suddenly just came at her leg. And she thought it was a dog that was off leash, and then she realized it was a large head, and before she knew it, a bear was going after Ringo, her tiny little precious Chihuahua, and at one point the bear had the tiny dog in her mouth but let go. Kristen lifted the 13-pound dog over her head to try to keep him away from the bear, and then swung a bag of cookies she had with her at the bear's head, which seemed to frighten it off. And she said she kind of felt bad. Why would you feel bad? The bear tried killing and eating your dog right in front of you. Smack that thing with a frying pan. Maybe something even worse than that. All right, so there was this question circulating around online yesterday. It was everywhere. All over Twitter, people were putting together lists for this question, so I figured I would ask it. I asked it late last night, not even as a to peach their own question. I was just asking on the K-Bear page on Facebook, do you think 100 men could beat one gorilla in a fight? Hand to hand, no guns, no nothing. There was a few people that said no, and then there was others that were like, what are you talking about? All those dudes will for sure beat the gorilla. I mean, and then what Robin said, they simulated this already. The answer is no. And then she directed to that video that I showed Victor earlier on the Noon Hour of Madness and Mayhem. And Victor's convinced that the 100 men could definitely beat the gorilla. I'm the opposite. What is your answer? I would love to hear your explanation behind it. Do you think 100 men could beat one gorilla in a fight? Call in right now, 208-535-1015. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going? All right, cool. You call in and just hang up. That's something I wanted to point out, too. There was something recently where I've noticed this. There's been a few people that have called the phone number at 208-535-1015 and have just like left a 15-second long voicemail. Where is this voicemail even at? And it got sent because anytime someone leaves a voicemail, the phone, when we're not here, goes to like a regular phone and will have a voicemail ready for you to leave us a message just in case you were trying to call us about a contest you potentially won, anything like that. And sometimes we get voicemails like this, where it's nothing but just this. And I've never in my entire life have called somebody and left a voicemail where I'm just, or when I've pocket dialed somebody, I haven't left a voicemail like that either. I don't know how that's possible. I mean, really. Should I just start doing that to annoy Victor? Just call him and then have my phone in my pocket and just do something like that? I mean, who actually leaves that's a better question. Who leaves a voicemail like that? Just, okay, I'm done doing that. Sorry. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. If you're just now tuning in, I'm asking the question, do you think 100 men could beat one gorilla in a fight? Victor, obviously, on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, he was adamant that the 100 men would beat the one gorilla. I'm the opposite. I think the one gorilla would still decimate. If you had 100 victors, as an example, I know it's a poor example, but if you had 100 victors trying to take on a gorilla, the gorilla's obviously going to win. 100 peaches taking on a gorilla's obviously going to win. It's and people are going back and forth on this all over the internet. There was somebody that was even saying like, "Oh, why are you asking this question that's been asked a whole bunch of times online? Ask something fresh. Should I have chosen a different animal?" I mean, hundreds of tourists get beat up by buffalo every single year in Yellowstone. Should I have asked, do you think 100 tourists could beat one bison in a fight? Change it up a little bit? If you have the answer for this question, let me know. 208-535-1015. If not, I'll just simply move on to something else. No big deal. Maybe I'll call somebody for the secret sound powered by the Advocates. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.